best friends. I'm Tabby.
And I'm Caitlin, and today we are going to share our fan casts for Crescent City.
This was hard.
This was stressful.
This was so hard. And I don't know why, I found doing the ACOTAR one way freaking easier
I did too.
than this, but I struggled with the main characters bad.
Yeah. But the supporting cast
Is top tier.
time of my life.
Yeah, it was so fun. I did sneak Danny DeVito in there. I'm just kidding, but
Oh, Danny DeVito. I'm your biggest fan.
I love him. So I'll start first.
Yes.
Let me just share my little screen with you right quick. Sorry for you all at home. You can't see it, but
you can Google all these people.
So starting with Bryce. I was not sure. I wasn't sure, so I was going solely based off of body type. And I was like, Florence Pugh would fit well. She's a great actress. I think she could do it. I'm still not 100% set on it, but it wasn't the worst thing that's happened.
Yeah, no, for me, casting the main characters were literally I think it's gonna have to be someone that we don't know because
it's
I don't know.
Florence Pugh has such a classic beauty, but it's not a striking beauty, which is how I imagine Bryce.
See, I imagine Bryce being a more classic beauty anyway, which
Really?
I guess ultimately it doesn't really matter, but yeah.
I was just trying to picture her with red hair.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
Good with red hair.
I think she'd kill it.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah,
she's
that's
absolutely a great actress. I think she could.
Yeah, it's she has the attitude necessary to play Bryce.
Oh yeah.
I think she could do a good job. It's just very different than what I had imagined in my head. Have you seen that girl that's on TikTok who cosplays Bryce?
No.
Okay, I'll have to send it to you. I don't remember her name, but there's a girl on TikTok, and she is exactly what I imagined Bryce to be, and I wish she could do it.
It's honestly. I just need you to be a professional actress, please.
Yeah.
This guy's hot.
So isn't he? I had to really dig deep for this one.
Who is this man?
I think he's a model.
Okay. That's
his
fair.
name is, this is for Hunt, by the way. His name is Enrico Ravenna. He looks like Hunt.
He does look like Hunt.
For sure. I don't know if he can act.
Yeah, that's the thing is
I don't know. But he is on par with what I thought Hunt would look like. So this guy's name is Stephen James. No, he might also be a model or an actor. I'm not sure. But I thought he kind of fit in with Rune's vibe.
He does look like a Rune.
Just head to toe tats.
Yeah.
Just give him a lip ring. Give him some long hair. He's already got the shaved head on the side. Just throw a little wig on there. Those were hard. These are the easier ones.
Pretend we didn't cast the main characters, okay?
Yeah.
Just ignore them.
Someone else's job, and this is why
this is so good.
Yes, so for Danica, I chose Samara Weaving. She's actually been in a lot of horror movies, but just her face structure and the striking blue eyes, I was like, yes, that is very Danica to me.
Yeah.
She looks like she could be mysterious and shady.
I agree.
So for Micah,
stop, because I did the same thing.
No. So for Micah, I had to do it. I chose Henry Cavill because we certainly couldn't have him as Hunt Athalar.
But unironically, this is a role. Listen, everyone, we found
Henry
a role that Henry
Cavill
could play.
Is somehow cast for every fantasy book ever. That's always someone's fan cast. It's freaking Henry Cavill. And but for once, I finally agree.
Yes, for once. And we are both in agreement. So yes. We're right. Because if Tabby and I both agree on something, it's obviously Henry Cavill.
It's time for Henry Cavill. Yeah, I think he'd make a phenomenal Micah because he is ageless.
Yes.
And he's a very attractive man.
Yeah, and that's how Micah's described. He's described as having a perfect, symmetric face, just a gorgeous man.
And I am 100% certain that Henry Cavill could play an absolute dick.
Yeah, he could.
I'm so sure of it.
He has one in real life, probably.
Maybe. I don't know why we hate him so much, but I just do. I just don't much care for him.
Ooh.
I was very torn for the Autumn King because in the book, he is described to only look like a few years older than Rune and Bryce. But I did choose Lee Pace, and I chose him because he's actually played similar roles before. So he played Thranduil in Lord of the Rings. He was Legolas's dad. It was actually in The Hobbit, but he was perfect for that. And I also think he has just kind of like an ageless beauty to him.
Yeah, he has
one of my favorite actors. I know without a shadow of a doubt that he would kill that role.
You're right.
My other contender for the Autumn King was Sam Claflin.
I don't know who that is.
He played Finnick Odair in The Hunger Games.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he could do it. I don't know. Lee Pace, he just really stuck out to me for that role. I think
you're right. Lee Pace. Yeah, I agree.
So I was very torn between who should play Sandriel / Shahar because they're identical twins. So I've settled on Jamie Alexander, and she's played in Thor and also I believe Kyle XY. I'm pretty sure Sandriel and Shahar are supposed to be blonde, so I actually almost did Natalie Dormer for them, but I was like, no, because I had other plans for her.
But for me, like hair color, I can imagine it. Like I'm going on vibe.
It's like she has a striking face, which is how I imagined them to look. And I think that is exactly how it'd be. Like she's scary.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, but I'm intimidated.
Yeah, like I'm terribly intimidated by her. So I think she'd crush it. So for Rigelus, I chose Timothée Chalamet.
He's staring into my soul.
I know. So Rigelus is supposed to look like a teenager, and I do think Timothy looks perpetually like a teenager.
Yeah.
And
with a little dirt stash.
Yeah, I think he would kill it. He puts his heart and soul into his roles, and that is what they need from Rigelus.
You're right.
Yeah. Timothy is my Rigelus.
Ooh, so I love her.
So for Hypaxia, I kind of struggled with this one because I was like, she needs to be like just a very gentle presence. So I chose Natalie Emmanuel, which I'm pretty sure I cast her for something in every single one of these that we do.
Yeah, I love her so much.
I am obsessed with her. She plays Missandei in Throne of Glass in Game of Thrones, and I think she would be able to really encompass like the calming energy that Hypaxia has, because that's kind of how Missandei was.
Yeah, that's like her same energy.
Yeah.
But she's also like strong.
Yeah, so I think she would do great. Have you seen the new movie she's in? It's called The Invitation.
No.
With Thomas Doherty.
No.
It looked really good, and I'd love to watch it.
I used Thomas Doherty.
Did you? That's who I used for Rhysand. He's my Rhysand.
He would be a good Rhysand.
I'm obsessed with him. So
pretty. I don't know who this is.
I didn't either. She is a young up and coming actress. Her name is Samantha Logan, and this is who I chose for Juniper. She just like has like a dancer's body to me, and like I think June is supposed to be just like very, very gorgeous and like very like goddess like, and that's kind of what this girl's giving me.
Everyone is like struck by June's beauty.
Yeah, and it's like, look at her.
I know.
She's ethereal.
She's very gorgeous to everyone.
So I really struggled with Fury too. So I chose Gemma Chan, and I do think she would do a great job. I do think she's a little old to play Fury, because I mean, obviously Fury is supposed to look like she's 21.
Yeah.
But Gemma is a freaking badass. She's in the Eternals. She definitely can carry herself the way I think Fury would.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose her. I'm up for debate on it, though. Not set on it. Okay, so I chose for Jessica, Natalie Dormer.
Speaking of people we always cast.
Another one that I just always have to cast because she has been amazing in every role ever, and there's just nothing she can't play. She is my Meryl Streep.
And my Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Natalie Dormer would play the hell out of Jessica. It's exactly how I envisioned her.
Yeah.
And it's like, she can play a bitch.
Oh, yeah. She's done it before. She'll do it again.
Well, and Jessica is supposed to look like incredibly young, which I think Natalie does. Like, again, very timeless, ageless beauty. So I went ahead and casted Adis. And I'm pretty sure everyone on the face of this earth has maybe also done this person, but I chose Jamie Campbell Bower. I hate him. I don't like him.
This is a hate podcast.
I don't love him, but I do think he would play a very good Adis. However, in my head, Adis was hotter. So we might have to revisit that. It was just like at this time, I could not find anyone better. So I think he would do a great job. He has very feline features. He kind of has that bone structure that I think Adis probably had. So he would do it. He's a great actor. I don't really know who this actor is, but I was looking through pictures and he seemed pretty on par. He might be a little young. But for Ethan, I chose Cody Christian. He just looks like a little brother, you know?
Yeah, he does.
Like, but he's cute. He looks like a little 21-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'd do great. For Flynn, I chose Harry Lloyd. So I don't think he's buff enough to be Flynn. I think Flynn is like definitely like a himbo weightlifter, but like not like beefy, but like he's super strong.
Like
he's built,
ripped.
But Harry Floyd to me was just giving like that kind of aristocratic air to him, which I think Flynn also does because he is a lord.
Yeah.
And he was raised in that type of environment. And I was like, yeah, for sure. It looks like I think Rune would probably beat him up the first time he saw him. It was giving like Cassian and Reese vibes.
Like you little puny wimp, come here.
Yeah, I'm sure that friends. Did happen, and that created a beautiful friendship. So
yeah,
Harry Lloyd. For Declan, I don't know why, but I was just very much picturing Paul Mescal.
You're right.
Look how cute he is. He is so cute. He is just the most precious man alive. And like he is like kind of nerdy, but like also very confident.
Yes. And cute.
Like he embraces it. And also he has the best accent. He wouldn't be able to use it in the show, but he's so fresh. For Sabine, I actually chose Scarlett Johansson, and I don't really like Scarlett Johansson, but I think she could be just a royal bitch.
Yeah.
Like, look at her.
And look hot while doing it.
Yeah, and it's like, we needed someone relatively younger to play Sabine because, again, she is eternal. And Scarlett Johansson's, like, right at that good age, I think. Young, but have, like, a maturity to her.
Yeah, like, she's young still, even by human standards. Like, she's a young person still. But, like, she does look more refined, and I think Sabine would.
For sure.
She's very proper.
So for Isaiah, I chose John Boyega. So he plays Finn in the new Star Wars series. He's also a runner-up for James Bond, which I thought was cool.
Oh.
He is amazing, and he has the best British accent, which I imagined Isaiah to have because they're from Panjera. So yeah, I don't know. I think he would be like a good comedic relief, but also like he plays like kind of the scared, timid friend very well because that's what he did in Star Wars too. And that's how I envision Isaiah.
Yeah.
And then Victoria, I went ahead and added her because she did play a relatively big role in the book. I chose Jenna Dewan, not Jenna Dewan Tatum anymore, unfortunately. But she like kind of has, again, that intimidating presence, and she is still young, but she is like aging, which is how I kind of think Victoria's like form that she had taken was. Like she was still like young in terms of how she looked, but the body itself was old. And that's, I think Jenna would do a good job portraying that.
Yeah. And she would have like that, like,
and again, she has a dancer's
gracefulness.
Well, yeah, exactly. She has a dancer's body and a dancer's stance, which is exactly how Victoria was described because she had such control of the body for so long.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, I like have literally been thinking about this for months. So whenever I think of Philip Briggs, I think of Woody Harrelson. And like, to me, he is Woody Harrelson.
You guys can't see it, but my jaw was on the floor when Woody Harrelson came on the screen.
Like, they are one and the same.
You're
And
right.
I think, yeah, he would freaking crush that role.
I love him.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. They
That's
have to
perfect.
cast him if they ever make it.
Yeah.
Because Philip Briggs was kind of older, I think.
Probably. Well, and he's a human, so like obviously he's going to age. All these immortal people are young forever, but he was a
And
human.
it's like, Woody Harrelson can play like an unhinged character.
Absolutely, he can. That's what he always does.
Yeah, no, it would be perfection. But that is my fan cast.
So for Bryce, I chose someone who I actually have not seen act before, which is mostly because I was struggling. But hear me out. I think that was okay. I should say who I chose. I chose Jessica Sula. And apparently, Jessica is in quite a few things, including the live action remake of Aladdin. She plays Princess Jasmine.
Cute.
But to me, her like face and like softness of her features, like she has very full features and just like feminine features.
Yeah.
And that's what I picture Bryce to have. And Bryce is described as having a golden tan skin, which Jessica does. So you just put a wig on her or dye her hair, and to
It's
me,
just perfect.
she's Bryce. Like, because Bryce had to be someone, obviously, who is gorgeous. But again, I've not seen her acting skills. So don't come for me if you're like, she's the world's worst actor. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, maybe like you tell me who to cast because I saw someone put Rihanna and I disagreed.
I saw someone put Rihanna. I saw someone put what's Joe Jonas's wife?
Oh, Sophie
Turner.
I also saw someone
put Sophie Turner.
Who was the girl from Shakin' Bella Thorne?
Oh my, just because
and
they
Madeline
have naturally
Pesh.
red hair.
I was like, that ain't it.
And like, again, I'm not the most confident because I haven't seen her act, but to me, she looks like Bryce.
I was not confident in my Bryce either. No hate to Florence.
For Hunt, I would cast Kit Harington.
Oh,
because I think Hunt would look, he's an attractive man, of course, but I think that he would look like a little more like sad boy rather than like hunky hunk, you know? I think he would be a little bit sad.
Which is like Kit can get fit if he needs to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we've seen him with long hair. He's a babe.
With the long hair, absolutely.
And
I think he gives off that brooding energy so well.
Yeah.
And like he is perpetually frowning.
I love Kit Harington. I didn't even consider that.
So yeah. Obviously we know he can act, so that's my Hunt. And then for Rune, I did cast Thomas Doherty.
Okay, yeah, I fuck with it.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Like, he doesn't look like what I pictured for Rune, but I couldn't find what I pictured for Rune.
He is what I pictured for Rhysand, though.
Yeah, I could see him as Rhysand, and obviously Rhysand and Rune would look similar. I don't know. I just, like, it's not quite right for me. But again, these were the three that I just struggled with. So we're just gonna
I love it. He just doesn't have any tattoos. He doesn't look like a bad boy.
I think that, yeah, they would just have to use
he's so elegant. Elegant man.
A very elegant man.
I'm obsessed. Jaw is out of this world. I love him.
Same.
Yeah, we'll have to watch him and Natalie Emmanuel in The Invitation.
Yes, I will watch that. So for Danica, I cast Margot Robbie because she just has the vibe to me. Like, she's pretty, you know, she can act like a crazy bitch. If you've seen her in the Harley Quinn movies, she just embodies Danica's energy to me.
For sure.
So for Juniper and Fury, I have them on the same slide here. For Juniper,
I almost did Zendaya.
I cast Zendaya because I love her.
Did.
And she's gorgeous and she's Juniper to me. For Fury, I feel like this is maybe a little bit out there, but I cast Shay Mitchell.
I love it.
Because she is, I mean, she looks to me like how Fury, I think, might look, but also she's just a great actress. I love Shay Mitchell.
Yeah. Have
you watched You?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's so good in that. Yes, she's so good in that. But also Pretty Little Liars, we stan.
We stan.
For Flynn, I cast Jacob Elordi. I don't know how to say his last name because I think he looks charming. I just think that's the
He
vibe he's
plays
giving.
like the haughty.
Yeah, like he's just your average himbo, like you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's actually dumb, but that's what people I think perceive him as in the same way that they perceive Bryce to be a bimbo,
Yeah.
when she's actually not. And then for Declan, I cast Grant Gustin, who plays Barry in The Flash.
Yes. Okay. I was like, I've seen him before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's an attractive guy, but he's like a little less in your
He's like kind of
face. Like,
nerdier.
yeah, he's on the nerdier side, a hot nerd. I'm not insulting our guy, but yeah, that's who I chose.
I love it.
For Ethan, I chose Sam Corlett, and Sam
Ooh.
is he's very talented. He what I first saw him in was The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is funny
Yeah.
because the other person on this slide is from that show as well.
Oh,
But he looks again like younger, like your little brother. And he's super cute. You know he would be. Like Connor was super attractive as well. They're just attractive guys. And for Therian, I chose Chance Perdomo. And Chance, okay, this is not what I originally pictured Therian as being. And I think it has a lot to do with how I was influenced by fan art because a lot of
yeah,
depictions they go straight from the book's description. And like I get sticking exactly to what the author wrote when you're making art. But like if this were actually a show, I think that Chance would do an amazing job as this character.
for
He
sure.
is so funny. And he's also like, I think he can be serious like when it's necessary. And I just think he's an attractive guy. I
He's
think if
just
he grew his hair
cutie.
out, I don't know.
Yeah, because I think in the book, Therian has like shoulder length, like red hair.
Yes, yeah. So they would have to like either, which I mean, it wouldn't necessarily have to be the exact same color as the book, you know.
No,
I'm thinking like when I
I love
fan
it
cast,
though.
I'm not like looking for like a perfect picture of what
Like
the book described. I'm looking for like everything, you
personality.
know? Yeah. He's
Yeah,
got the
for sure.
vibes.
I love it. I love it.
For Isaiah, I cast um Oscar Isaac, who is in Moon Knight, which
I
is a
love
very good
that.
show. I have not finished it yet. I need to finish it.
So good.
Um, and he's also just a handsome guy. And
Which
you
is funny
know.
because the guy who I cast, they played together in Star Wars.
Oh, see, I
Yeah.
haven't seen the new Star Wars stuff,
So
so I didn't know Oscar was in that.
he plays Poe and John Boyega plays Finn and they're best friends in the TV show or the movie.
How cute. Oh, I love it. And for Victoria, I chose Amanda Seyfried because
Ooh.
Victoria is described as being like really beautiful, like the body that she's in is really beautiful. But again, just like a more mature vibe. You know, you're kind of looking for someone who doesn't look 22 anymore. And Amanda is gorgeous. Do not get
Oh
me wrong, but
yeah.
you can tell she's like older than 22 at this point. Like she just
She's
is.
aged
Um,
gracefully.
oh yeah, like everything I'm saying, I feel like people could take it the wrong way, but like there's nothing wrong with aging as a woman.
No.
I think people take that as an insult, but that's a you problem. Amanda is hot as fuck, and she's my
Too true.
Victoria.
Too true. I love it.
For Hypaxia, okay, I chose
Ooh.
Charithra Chandran. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Oh, I tried my best. She absolutely kills it in season 2 of Bridgerton. Have you seen that? She
No.
has the most.
But I know who she is.
Okay, well you should watch that just because it's cute.
I've seen season 1.
She is so freaking graceful. She's beauty. She's grace. She's Miss United States. She's everything you could want and more. She gives off Hypaxia. She gives off
Oh.
Queen and just drop dead gorgeous, which I know Hypaxia's got to be. So I love her.
Yes.
For Jessica, I chose Alexandria Daddario
Yeah.
because she is drop dead gorgeous. Again,
I
all these
love
people are so
that.
hot, but her eyes are just so striking. Everyone knows
They're
Alexandra
piercing.
Daddario's eyes are otherworldly.
Yeah.
So she's just so sleek. She's
And her
classy. You
brother
know
is
Jessica
also
would
a
be.
hottie.
He is. Yeah, he really is.
I almost casted him.
Oh, yeah, he's cute. It's hard not to pick him for like every single male lead for the Auto King.
Ben Barnes.
I'm such a hoe for Ben Barnes.
I
Okay,
love Ben
hear
Barnes.
me out because we know he can be a
I'm
dick.
here. I'm listening.
He is the Darkling. He does it well. Again, he's not old. He's looking good. He's looking fine. And I just think he has the vibes. Like
Yeah.
again, I'm
No,
here for vibes.
I stand. He'd be
Yeah.
a great Autumn King.
Agreed. But I loved your Autumn King as well. Lee Pace would knock it out of the park.
Yeah, we love Lee Pace. There
Micah,
he is.
I unironically also cast Henry Cavill. Like, I mean it. This is Micah. And
it has to be.
yeah, we're right.
Yeah,
And
perfect.
for Adis, I chose Timothy Chalamet because
Fuck yeah.
that man,
Yeah, no, he has like the bone structure I was thinking of for Adis.
yes, he would
I
just
like
be thin and regal and just like he would just look interesting, I think. And I mean that in the best way. And then for Sabine, I cast Yvonne Strahovski.
I love her.
And for those of you who don't know who that is, she plays Serena Joy in The Handmaid's Tale.
She's also in Chuck.
I think, again, Sabine would look really young. She would be an attractive person, but she would be someone who's capable of looking extremely harsh.
You know who else would have been a good Sabine?
Who?
Piper Perabo.
Oh, yes. Yes. She also looks like Sabine to me.
She would have been a great Sabine.
Agreed.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, so I'm not confident about the leads. I know you're not either. So I think it's got to be someone who we don't know yet. Lots of talented actors and actresses out there.
Yeah, hopefully
have yet to get their big break.
I always just hope they'll pull like a Shadow and Bone where they choose like unknown actresses.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, because like it's not worth it to get a big name on your show if it's not going to be the right choice.
No, and I really think that Sarah J Maas would be good about picking the right person.
She would not agree with some of my choices because they don't look exactly like,
and that is
how
okay.
she described her characters.
That's okay. So that wraps up our fan casting minisode. Next week, we are going to be diving into House of Sky and Breath, which is the second Crescent City book. That episode honestly might even be longer than the first one.
Sorry in advance, except I'm not sorry because you're being blessed.
I've got a lot to say about the second book.
Get reading on that bad boy because it's long. But we'll look forward to talking to you there. And as always,
let's get lit.